I have not been this hyped for a Marvel film since Spider-Man No Way Home. That euphoric feeling of being hyped for a Marvel film. You can't beat it. Boy, do I miss this feeling. Also, do y'all like my shirt? I don't know if you can really tell from this angle, but, you know, take a look at it right here. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Shout out to the Real Rejects for this shirt. I love it. So Deadpool and Wolverine is the latest installment into the MCU and the third installment into what is now the Deadpool trilogy. The film is directed by Shawn Levy and it stars Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Emma Corrin, and a whole bunch of people whose names I cannot say because spoilers. So the movie is about the adventures of Deadpool as he encounters Wolverine while on the run from the TVA. If that is the best description I can give without spoiling the story, because a lot happens in this movie, but in all the right ways. When that very first trailer dropped back in February during the Super Bowl, I was cautiously optimistic. A part of me was super duper excited for the movie because we got to see Deadpool and Wolverine actually team up for once. But I was also scared because I was worried that the movie, from like a story standpoint, was going to be just one giant fan service film with a bunch of cameos. And although there's nothing wrong with that, I still wanted an actual story. And I am happy to report that there is an actual story for this movie. Based off of the trailers, you guys know that Deadpool gets captured from the TVA. And so Deadpool recruits Wolverine to help with this issue. And without getting too much into details, this movie really is about redemption and heroism. So as you guys know, this is clearly a variant of Wolverine, not the same Wolverine from Logan. But this Wolverine is a clearly broken and damaged man. But you see in the film how he gets a second chance at being a hero and goes through a pretty crazy redemption arc. And that is where the heart of the film comes in. Whenever there's emotional core moments, all of that pretty much surrounds Logan. And that is as far as I'm going to take it as far as the actual story. To this very day, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is one of those castings that you just can't see nobody else playing. If anything, Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds. I mean, y'all, come on, is there more that needs to be said? When it comes to that clever and slick humor, Ryan Reynolds is a master at that. Any moment he gets the chance to crack a joke, he will. We got a live-action Deadpool trilogy before a live-action Planet Hulk film. Let that sink in. No, Thor Ragnarok does not count. But at this point, Deadpool is now one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time, and this is such an amazing time to be a Deadpool fan. And Ryan Reynolds will forever be our Deadpool. He is just irreplaceable. And you know what? Speaking of irreplaceable, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. They actually got this man to return and put the claws back on. After Logan, I thought that was essentially Hugh Jackman's farewell to the character. I thought this was it. We're done. But in the world of Hollywood and other popular franchises and IPs and other cinematic universes, nothing is ever really dead. All these years of playing the same character, it's really a magical thing to see when you think about it. Hugh Jackman clearly loves the character. He clearly misses the character. And even post-Logan, he still shows a lot of love for Wolverine. And look, I know Hugh Jackman's getting old. He can't play the same character forever, but those are going to be some pretty big shoes to fill. The humor in this movie had me fucking rolling, bro. Like, I was legitimately belly laughing. Like, Deadpool is a funny-ass character, but in this movie, I was laughing so hard at stuff that I felt like I probably should not have been laughing at, but I was anyway. As you guys know, there is a whole lot of fourth wall breaking jokes, and boy oh boy, that shit will never get old. When it comes to breaking the fourth wall, Deadpool does it on such an immaculate level that you can't help but to just laugh, admire, and appreciate. She-Hulk could never. It's just in Deadpool's nature, it works. This movie is way more graphic and violent than I thought it would be. Because as you guys know, being under the wing of Disney, I was really worried they were going to tone down the blood and gore and violence. No, they did not. There is some pretty heavy gore in this movie. This movie is violent, brutal, grisly, and I love it. This is how violent a Deadpool and Wolverine movie should be. And as you guys can imagine, there are a lot of cameos. Like a lot. There were cameos that I expected to see, and there were some cameos I really did not expect to see. What kind of strings did Marvel pull to get those folks to come on board? But I'm not mad at it. I love the cameos, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But the more I really think about this movie, Deadpool and Wolverine really just feels like one giant love letter to comic book movies, comic book movie culture, and just the Fox X-Men universe, while also sticking up the giant middle finger to Fox. Because listen, let's be honest, even though the Fox X-Men universe has not been perfect, they've had some pretty shitty products, but you cannot deny the impact those movies had on just comic book movie culture and our childhoods at that. This movie really feels like it was made for the fans. Deadpool and Wolverine just really set a new standard for what happens when you give the fans what they want. Comic book accuracy, a great story, great fan service and cameos, and just overall being a good fucking movie. And not to say Marvel has not done that in the past, but right now we are at a low point. But this movie is a first step in the right direction. There are a few minor things I wish I could talk about more, but it's spoiler territory, and I really don't want to talk about spoilers. It doesn't ruin the movie, but it will make you raise a couple of eyebrows. But I can talk about Cassandra Nova. As a villain, she's fine. I wouldn't put her in the top 10 for MCU villains, but overall, she's not bad. I'll say this though, I think she's the best villain in the Deadpool trilogy, but as far as the entire MCU, she's fine. This movie is the perfect goodbye to the Fox X-Men universe. And you know what? Seeing this movie made me really appreciate all of the older Fox X-Men movies even more. Except for that monstrosity, because that is a sin that not even God himself can forgive. But the Fox X-Men universe will forever have a special place in my heart. And Deadpool and Wolverine, I just fucking love this movie, y'all. So, plugging Deadpool and Wolverine into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. I love how Deadpool and Wolverine was making fun of the MCU's multiverse saga, knowing it's a multiverse movie itself. And it was funny as hell because, y'all, let's be honest, the MCU's multiverse saga has been quite underwhelming. Some would argue even complete trash, and even I myself gotta admit, we have had some dog shit these past two phases. But after Deadpool and Wolverine, there may be some hope. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think Hugh Jackman will play Wolverine until he's 90? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.